The bright morning sun shined over New York City as Sarah Chen walked to her job at the Space Signal Center. She was just a normal worker who looked at space signals all day. Most days were boring, but today would change everything. As she sat down at her desk and put on her headphones, a strange sound came through. It wasn't like the usual space noise. This sound had a pattern. Beep, beep, pause, beep, beep, pause. Over and over. Sarah's hands shook as she pressed the red emergency button. Within minutes, her boss and 3 other scientists rushed into the room. They all listened to the sound with wide eyes. This is not random," her boss whispered. "This is a message." For 3 days, the best code breakers in the world worked on the signal. They finally figured out it was a simple message. "We come in peace. Prepare for our arrival." The world's leaders met in a hurry. They didn't know if they should be scared or happy. Some wanted to get ready for war. Others wanted to welcome the aliens. In the end, they decided to wait and watch. They didn't have to wait long. On the 4th day, at exactly noon, a massive silver ship appeared in the sky. It was bigger than any building on Earth. The ship looked like a giant, smooth egg, floating silently above New York City. Millions of people watched on TV and phones as a small part of the ship opened up. A bright light shot down to Central Park, and 3 figures appeared. The world held its breath. The aliens looked almost exactly like humans. They walked on 2 legs and had 2 arms. They had faces like people, but their skin had a light purple color that seemed to glow a little. They wore simple white clothes that moved like water in the wind. The leader of the aliens stepped forward. She looked like a tall woman with long silver hair. Her purple skin sparkled in the sunlight. Next to her stood 2 alien guards who looked strong but peaceful. "People of Earth," she said in perfect English, "we have watched your world for a long time. We come to offer friendship and help. We have gifts that will make your lives better, cures for diseases, clean energy, and ways to feed everyone on Earth." The human leaders who came to meet them looked confused. "Why would you help us?" asked the UN leader. "What do you want in return?" The alien leader smiled, but something seemed strange about it. "We only ask for one small thing. We need humans to help us, regulate our emotions. Our species feels things too strongly. It hurts us. But humans have amazing control over their feelings. We need you to help us learn this skill." Everyone thought this sounded good. Too good. But before anyone could ask more questions, something unexpected happened. The alien leader's face changed. Tears started running down her purple cheeks. She fell to her knees, crying harder than any human had ever seen. Her guards looked scared and tried to help her up. "Please," she said between sobs, "this is why we need your help. We cannot control ourselves. These feelings, they are too much. Help us, please." The human leaders watched in shock as the powerful alien leader broke down in front of everyone. News cameras caught everything. Millions of people around the world saw this moment live. Nobody knew what to think. The aliens seemed honest about their weakness. They had amazing technology, but couldn't control their own feelings. They were stronger than humans in some ways, but weaker in others. As the alien leader kept crying, one of the human leaders stepped forward and put a hand on her shoulder. The simple touch seemed to help. She stopped crying and looked up with hope in her glowing purple eyes. This was how first contact happened. Not with war, not with violence, but with tears and a request for help. Nobody knew it then, but this was just the beginning. The aliens had told the truth about wanting help with their emotions, but they hadn't told the whole truth. And soon, everyone would find out what they were hiding. 3 weeks after the aliens' emotional breakdown in Central Park, the world was still divided. Every TV channel showed endless debates about whether to trust them. The aliens waited patiently in their ship, only coming down for meetings with world leaders. Dr. James Martinez stood in front of the UN Security Council, holding up a strange device that looked like a silver headband. The aliens call it an emotional regulation link, he explained. They want volunteers to wear these and connect with their minds. And you trust this alien technology? Asked the Russian representative, frowning. Before James could answer, the alien leader Lyra appeared at the door. Her purple skin seemed darker today, almost bruised. Please, she said, her voice shaking. Let me show you. Without warning, she fell to the ground. Her body shook as waves of uncontrolled laughter burst from her mouth. The human leader stepped back, shocked by this sudden change. 1 second she was serious. The next she was rolling on the floor laughing like a child. James quickly put on the silver headband. It lit up with soft blue lights. He closed his eyes and focused, just as the aliens had taught him. Immediately, Lyra's laughter slowed. She stood up, her face calm again. You see, she said, your kind has a gift we lost long ago. The ability to control emotions. Without human help, we switch between feelings like a broken machine. That demonstration changed everything. Thousands of humans volunteered to test the emotional link devices. Most were young people excited to connect with alien minds. The first official testing center opened in Tokyo. Sarah Chen, who had first heard the alien signal, was among the first volunteers. She put on a headband and connected with a young alien named Zor. The experience was nothing like she expected. It's beautiful, she whispered, her mind filled with colors she had never seen before. She felt Zor's wild emotions, joy, fear, wonder, all mixed together. But instead of being overwhelmed, Sarah found she could sort through them, like organizing scattered papers. Zor's purple skin brightened. I can think clearly for the first time in my life, he said. Your mind. It's like a calm lake. You humans don't know how special you are. The testing program seemed perfect. Humans got to experience amazing alien thoughts. The aliens learned emotional control. Both sides shared knowledge and memories. Earth governments started planning bigger cooperation projects. But not everything was as perfect as it seemed. Late one night, Sarah woke up screaming. In her head, she could still feel Zor's emotions, even though she had taken off the headband hours ago. Her own feelings seemed stronger, harder to control. And she wasn't the only one. Other volunteers reported strange dreams. Some said they saw memories that weren't their own. A few claimed they could sense other people's feelings without the headband. The strangest case was Lisa Wong in Singapore. After 3 days of helping aliens regulate their emotions, she couldn't disconnect. The headband wouldn't come off. Her skin started showing traces of purple. Government scientists said these were just minor side effects. The aliens promised everything was normal. But Sarah wasn't so sure. Late at night, when she was almost asleep, she sometimes heard whispers in her mind. They weren't human whispers. And they were getting louder. In the alien ship floating above New York, Lyra stood alone in a dark room. She touched the wall, and a hidden screen appeared. On it was a message in alien language that translated to, Phase 1 complete. Begin Phase 2. She smiled, but this time there were no uncontrolled emotions. Her fingers moved quickly across the screen as she typed, Yes, everything is going according to the ancient plan. Down on Earth, millions more humans signed up to help their new alien friends, not knowing they were part of something much bigger, something that had started thousands of years ago. 6 months after the emotional linking program began, Earth had changed. Shiny new alien technology appeared everywhere. Hospitals used alien healing pods. Cars ran on clean alien energy. Food grew faster in alien-enhanced farms. It seemed like a perfect trade. Human emotional help for alien technology. But Sarah Chen couldn't sleep anymore. The whispers in her head had turned into songs. Strange, beautiful songs in an alien language she somehow understood. Other volunteers reported the same thing. They called themselves the Changed Ones. At the New York Testing Center, Dr. Martinez watched in amazement as Lisa Wong, the volunteer who couldn't remove her headband, lifted a metal table with her mind. I don't know how I did that, Lisa said, her now fully purple skin glowing brightly. It just felt natural. More volunteers started showing unusual abilities. Some could read minds without the headbands. Others moved objects by thinking. A few even spoke perfect alien languages they had never learned. The aliens said nothing about these changes. They just kept asking for more volunteers. One day, Sarah was walking past the alien ship when she felt a pull in her mind. Without thinking, she walked to a hidden door that she somehow knew would be there. Inside, she found something that changed everything. It was a huge room filled with glowing crystals. Each crystal showed the same image, Earth, but thousands of years ago. And in each image, purple-skinned aliens walked among ancient humans. "They've been here before," Sarah whispered. "This isn't first contact at all." A voice behind her made her jump. "You're more observant than most, Sarah Chen." It was Lyra, the alien leader, but something was different about her. She wasn't emotional at all now. "You never needed our help controlling your emotions, did you?" Sarah asked, backing away. Lyra smiled. "We needed something else, something only humans can give us. You see, your species is unique in the galaxy. Your brains have special potential." Suddenly, alarms started blaring. On screens around the room, Sarah saw chaos breaking out worldwide. Hundreds of volunteers were changing, their skin turning purple, their powers growing stronger. In Tokyo, a teenager floated above the city, surrounded by blue light. In Rio, a grandmother healed an entire hospital ward with a touch. In Cairo, a young man spoke to machines, and they answered back. "What's happening to us?" Sarah demanded. "Evolution," Lyra said calmly. "Or rather, re-evolution. Humans were never meant to be so limited. We're just helping you remember what you used to be." Before Sarah could respond, a new sound filled the air. It was a baby crying. But this cry shook the windows and made lights flicker across the city. In a hospital in Singapore, the first human alien child had just been born. Its skin shifted between normal and purple, and its cries could be heard in the minds of everyone within a mile. Dr. Martinez ran tests on the baby and found something impossible. Its DNA wasn't human or alien. It was something completely new. Back in the crystal room, Lyra showed Sarah one last image. It showed Earth's future, a planet where changed humans and aliens lived together, using powers that seemed like magic. "This is what you're really here for, isn't it?" Sarah asked. "You're not sharing technology. You're waking something up inside us." Lyra nodded. "But now we have a problem. Not everyone wants to wake up. And those who resist the change, they're gathering armies." As if to prove her point, military jets roared past the alien ship. On the ground, tanks moved into cities worldwide. Regular humans were starting to fear the changed ones. And the changed ones were starting to fear themselves. In her apartment that night, Sarah looked in the mirror. Her skin wasn't purple yet, but her eyes had started to glow. In her mind, the alien songs grew louder, and now she could finally understand the words. They were singing about a war that hadn't happened yet, but soon would. The old man in the Tibetan monastery wasn't surprised when Sarah Chen found him. "I've been waiting," he said, touching the glowing marks on his neck, the same marks all changed ones now had. "The ancient scrolls said you would come." Dr. Lee was different from other changed ones. He hadn't used the alien headbands. His changes came from studying secret texts hidden in the monastery for thousands of years. "Look," he said, unrolling a scroll covered in strange symbols. "Our ancestors wrote about them. The Shapers, they called them. Purple-skinned gods who came from the stars to lift humanity higher." Sarah's glowing eyes scanned the symbols, understanding them instantly. But something went wrong. Humanity wasn't ready, Dr. Lee nodded. "We were too violent, too afraid. The Shapers left, promising to return when we learned to control our emotions." Sound familiar? Across the world, the changes were speeding up. In New York, Lisa Wong had fully transformed. Her purple skin glowed like starlight. She could read minds across continents and move buildings with a thought. The military kept her in a special facility, both studying and fearing her. The human alien baby, now called Hope by the media, was growing impossibly fast. At just 2 weeks old, she looked like a toddler and spoke 5 languages. Her powers were beyond anything seen before. But for every changed one embracing their new abilities, dozens of regular humans protested in fear. Riots broke out in major cities. Some called the aliens demons. Others begged for the chance to transform. In her hidden lab under the Pentagon, Dr. Martinez made a shocking discovery. He analyzed the alien headbands and found they weren't teaching humans to control emotions at all. They were unlocking something buried in human DNA. They edited our genes, he told the president. Not now, thousands of years ago. They put their own DNA inside us, like a sleeping program. The headbands are just waking it up. But that wasn't the biggest secret. Deep in the alien ship, Sarah found another crystal room. This one showed the truth about the aliens' homeworld. It was dead. Their sun had exploded centuries ago. The aliens weren't just helping humans. They were desperately trying to survive. Your bodies are stronger than ours, Lyra admitted when Sarah confronted her. When our world died, most of us uploaded our minds into computers. But we're fading. We need physical forms that can hold our consciousness. We need us, Sarah finished. You need our upgraded bodies to download into. That's the real plan. Before Lyra could respond, alarms blared again. Hope, the hybrid child, had done something impossible. While playing in her special room, she opened a hole in space. Through it, everyone saw another Earth, one where humans had never rejected the aliens' first visit. On that Earth, everyone had purple skin. They flew between crystal cities and talked through thoughts. They were what humanity could have been, what they might still become. But time was running out. The military had developed weapons that could shut down changed one powers. Regular humans were being tested and divided into compatible and non-compatible groups. And deep in space, more alien ships were arriving. Millions of stored alien minds waiting for new bodies. Dr. Lee showed Sarah one last scroll. It showed 2 possible futures. In one, Earth became a paradise of transformed humans living with alien wisdom. In the other, war, Sarah whispered, not just between humans and aliens, between humans and other humans, between what we are and what we could be. That night, as Sarah slept, she had a dream. She saw Hope, the hybrid child, standing between 2 armies. On one side, changed ones and aliens. On the other, regular humans with their new weapons. Hope reached out her small hands to both sides. There's another way, she said in everyone's minds. But first, you need to know the whole truth. About what really happened when the aliens first came to Earth. About why they really left. She smiled, and in that smile was power enough to reshape worlds. Let me show you, she said. And the real story began. Hope's message spread through every mind on Earth at once. Through her powers, everyone saw the truth about humanity's first contact with the aliens, 12,000 years ago. Ancient humans hadn't rejected the aliens out of fear. They had fought them to stop a forced evolution. The aliens of that time didn't ask for permission. They tried to change everyone at once. The war that followed nearly destroyed both species. But we can do better this time. Hope's voice echoed in billions of minds. The 3-month-old child who looked like a 5-year-old floated above New York City, her skin shifting between human and purple tones. Below her, the world was splitting apart. Changed ones gathered in safe zones, their powers growing stronger every day. Regular humans built walls around their cities, armed with new weapons that could shut down alien powers. Sarah Chen stood in the middle. Her transformation was half complete. One eye glowed alien purple, the other remained human brown. Like many others, she was caught between 2 worlds. Dr. Martinez had found a way to reverse the changes, to make changed ones human again. But there was a cost. The process will erase all alien memories, he explained. Everything they've learned, everything they've become. Gone. Lisa Wong, now fully transformed, led the changed ones. Her powers had grown so strong, she could lift entire buildings with a thought. We're the next step in human evolution, she told her followers. Why should we go backward? The alien ships kept coming. Millions of stored alien minds waited in orbit, watching Earth decide its fate. Lyra finally told the full truth. Their original bodies couldn't hold their advanced minds anymore. They needed new forms that could handle both human emotion and alien knowledge. Then Hope did something unexpected. She touched a changed one and a regular human at the same time. Both saw through each other's eyes. The changed one felt the fear of watching loved ones transform into something unfamiliar. The human felt the joy and wonder of awakened powers. There's another choice, Hope said. Not forward or backward. Not human or alien. Something new. She revealed her discovery, a way to let humans choose when to access their alien powers. Like turning a switch on and off. Being both human and more than human. But some didn't want choice. They wanted everyone to pick a side. A group of changed ones tried to force transformation on a human city. At the same time, human soldiers used their power-blocking weapons on peaceful changed ones. Both sides claimed they were protecting Earth's future. The aliens watched, their ships dark against the sky. They had their own choice to make. Help humanity find a peaceful solution, or take what they needed to survive. Inside the alien mothership, Sarah found something disturbing. Some alien minds had already downloaded into changed one bodies without permission. They were hiding among them, pretending to be transformed humans. How many? She asked Lyra. Too many to stop, Lyra admitted. They're desperate to live again, to feel again. Hope sensed the hidden aliens too, but instead of exposing them, she showed everyone another vision. A future where human bodies could safely host both human and alien minds, sharing one form in harmony. Not invasion, but invitation. The problem isn't the technology, Hope said. It's trust, choice, permission. She turned to the alien ships and spoke in their ancient language. You can't take these bodies, but we might share them if you ask properly, if you give us time to choose. The world held its breath, waiting for the aliens' answer. In orbit, the ships moved, forming a pattern no one understood, except Hope. She smiled that world-changing smile again. They're ready to talk, really talk. No more secrets, no more hidden plans, just truth. And if we don't like what we hear? Someone asked. Hope's eyes glowed with power enough to reshape reality. Then we'll find another way. Together. Because that's what both our species forgot. The power of choosing our own path. The ships began to descend, not just over New York, but everywhere. The time for humanity's biggest choice had come, and no one knew what they would choose. Nobody expected the attack to come from within. As the alien ships descended for the great meeting, explosions ripped through their hulls. Not from human weapons, but from changed ones who had been hiding a terrible secret. We are not your children. Their leader shouted across all minds. Marcus Chen, Sarah's own brother, led the rebellion. His purple skin burned like fire as he flew through the sky. We are something new. The rebel changed ones had learned to combine their powers. Working together, they created energy shields around Earth's major cities, keeping aliens out and trapping humans inside. Hope tried to reach them with her powers, but something blocked her. Marcus and his followers had found a way to resist even her abilities. The aliens didn't make us stronger, he announced. They made us dependent. We don't need them anymore. Sarah watched in horror as the emotional links between aliens and humans started breaking. Without the connection, changed ones began losing control. Lisa Wong screamed as her powers went wild, accidentally throwing cars into buildings. Others couldn't stop reading minds, drowning in the thoughts of millions. In orbit, the alien ships carried billions of stored minds. As their vessels broke apart, the digital aliens faced extinction once again. Some desperately tried to download into any changed one they could reach, causing even more chaos. Dr. Martinez worked frantically in his lab, trying to stabilize the changed ones. Their DNA is rewriting itself, he said, showing Sarah the tests. Without the alien connection, they're becoming something else. Something that's never existed before. Hope, floating above the chaos, suddenly grabbed her head in pain. The timelines, she whispered. They're all breaking. Through her powers, everyone saw flashes of different Earths. One where the aliens never came. One where everyone changed. One where humanity destroyed itself. The walls between realities were cracking. In Tibet, Dr. Lee found one last scroll, hidden deeper than all the others. It showed this exact moment, and called it the unmaking. Sarah finally understood. Her brother wasn't just fighting aliens. He was trying to force evolution in a new direction. The rebel changed ones wanted to become gods, but their powers were eating them alive. Marcus's followers started burning out, their bodies unable to handle the energy they were channeling. Some simply vanished, transformed into pure energy. Others merged together into impossible new forms. "Help us," Marcus finally called to his sister, his purple skin cracking to reveal light beneath. "We can't control it." The aliens, their ships falling from the sky, made one last offer. They could stabilize the changed ones, but it would cost them their only chance to live again. They would have to use all their stored energy, all their saved minds, to do it. Hope touched down between the chaos, looking somehow both like a child and an ancient being. "There's still a choice," she said, "but we have to make it together. All of us. Right now." She raised her hands, and everyone, human, changed one, and alien, felt the connection. Not like the emotional links before. Something deeper. Something real. "Choose," Hope said simply. In that moment, every mind on Earth faced the same decision. Stay separate and face destruction, or join together in a way no one had imagined. The next few seconds would decide everything, and time was running out. In the moment of choice, Hope did something impossible. She linked every mind on Earth into a single shared dream. Humans, changed ones, rebels, and dying digital aliens all saw through each other's eyes at once. Humans felt the aliens' desperate loneliness after centuries as digital minds. Aliens experienced the fear and wonder of human emotions. Changed ones understood their power's true cost. Each person lived 1,000 lives in a second. Sarah found her brother Marcus in the dream. His consciousness was breaking apart, too powerful to exist in any one form. "I was wrong," he said. "We can't force evolution, but maybe we can guide it." Hope stood in the center of all minds, no longer looking like a child. Her form shifted between human, alien, and something entirely new. "The answer was always inside us," she said, "not in changing what we are, but in remembering what we could be." She showed them the truth about human DNA. It wasn't just alien code hidden inside. It was a bridge, a way for consciousness to evolve naturally. The aliens hadn't changed humans. They had awakened something that was always there. Dr. Martinez saw it in his lab. The changed ones weren't becoming aliens. They were becoming what humanity would have evolved into naturally, in about 1,000,000 years. The alien minds made their choice. Instead of downloading into human bodies, they merged with Earth's internet, becoming a living network connecting all consciousness. Not controlling, but supporting, guiding, teaching. "We don't need bodies," Lyra's voice came from every screen, every phone. "We need connection." And now we have it. Hope raised her hands again. Energy flowed from the falling alien ships into Earth's atmosphere, creating a shimmering field that wrapped the planet in rainbow light. The field stabilized the changed ones while giving normal humans an amazing gift: choice. Each person could now choose their form. Stay human, become change, switch between states, or explore new forms no one had imagined. The power wasn't forced anymore. It grew naturally, safely, at each person's own pace. Sarah watched her brother's light form stabilize. He chose to remain change, but now he understood his power's limits. Lisa Wong chose to switch between human and changed forms, teaching others to do the same. Dr. Lee found he could read the ancient scrolls in any form, the wisdom now part of him. The alien network shared its vast knowledge freely, but never interfered with human choices. Earth's technology leaped forward, but in harmony with nature. Clean energy, space travel, and conscious evolution became normal parts of life. Hope grew into something beyond human or alien understanding. She became a bridge between forms of life, between worlds, between what was and what could be. When other alien species arrived, she helped them connect to Earth's growing consciousness network. A year later, Sarah stood with her brother watching the sunrise. Her left side was human, her right side glowed purple, her personal choice of form. Above them, the rainbow field shimmered with the thoughts of billions. "What do you think we'll become?" Marcus asked, his stable changed form glowing softly. Sarah smiled. "Whatever we choose. That's the real gift they gave us. Not power, but possibility." In orbit, the alien network hummed with joy, content in its role as humanity's guides. In Tibet, new scrolls wrote themselves, recording this new chapter in Earth's evolution. And everywhere, people made their own choices about who and what they wanted to be. Hope's voice echoed gently in all minds. Every ending is just a new beginning, and this story is far from over. In the distance, a new light appeared in the sky. Another ship, another species, another choice. Earth was ready. Because now they knew the truth. Evolution wasn't about becoming more powerful. It was about becoming more connected, more understanding, more free to choose. And in the end, that was the greatest power of all.